Are you an Amazon seller that's looking to improve your product photography? Well, aren't we all? If you are, then today I'm going to show you what kind of pictures I like and then how to source them. It's extremely important to have good photos on Amazon. It's one of the most important things. I'm going to show you what I like, how to source it, and everything in between. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. If you want to hear more of our videos in a more quick fashion, go ahead and hit that notification bell. And with that, let's get started. So, Amazon product photos. How to get good ones, what even is a good Amazon product photo. I'm about to show you, let's get into it. So, here we have a big search term, coffee. Whatever industry you're in, if you're selling on Amazon already or if you're going to, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to just go look through a bunch of different things that you like. I've heard it called a touch list before, but like at my desk here, I have headphones, I have a water bottle, I have some coffee, I have my phone, which has a phone case, a lot of different things like that. Just go ahead and do those searches and then see generally what you find. It's such a good way to get, generally accustomed to what kind of stuff does not work on Amazon. If there's a product that's winning, it has really good branding, it catches your eye, then it caught your eye, it worked. And so you would want to do the same thing. So look at what works on you, look at what you like, save all those items, and then it's really useful for whoever you're going to use to source your photography. So generally there's, roughly 3 or so options you can choose. One, you could do the photography yourself. If you have a camera, you could use it, especially if it shoots video. If you're good at this stuff, keep it in your own wheelhouse. You know what you want. So there's that route. Pretty time intensive, not really, it totally depends on how skillful you are at it. And it also depends on how much time you have on your hands to invest in something like this. If you're really confident in your photography skills, you can save money there. You already have all the equipment, then, that makes sense. If you're not, and you're just curious about it as like a passion project, there's a lot to be considered. I don't know if I'd necessarily do that. So there's one option, take your own photos. Totally depends on your comfort level. 2, you can outsource it to like a third party, like a Fiverr, or 3, you could keep it local, someone, nearby in your town that you could work with directly. So roughly those are the 3 ways that you can source photos. This whole experiment depends on where you are in your branding journey. So if you're gonna rebrand, potentially look at studios that could do rebranding and photo and video shoots for you all at the same time. It's probably going to cost a little bit more money, but when it comes to video and branding and photography, spending money here is really, really worthwhile. You're probably going to make that money back up when you consider your conversion rate being higher and what you would need to spend on Amazon ads in order to get there. So if you are looking to rebrand and you're an account that spends $20,000 a month on ad spend, $5,000 for $10,000, $20,000 for a rebrand. If it increases your sales and improves your conversion rate, then you will have made all that money back and more so in the future. Like, this is a great long-term investment. Investing in really good product photography, totally worth it. So I'd say of all the things that you could spend money on, this is probably one of the better ways to actually spend it early on. If you are too cash strapped to get really good branding, then maybe you're too cash strapped to actually sell on Amazon. So consider that. But let's say you have your branding, you went to a studio or you hired someone on 99 Designs to make you a logo and labels in that. So you have the actual product, but you haven't taken any pictures or video yet. So let's just say hypothetically you're at that stage. So like I said before, do this experiment, go through a lot of different products, see what you like, replicate that, keep it all together as a reference point so that you can hand it off to the person who's going to be doing this. So starting off here, we have coffee. So big search term, scrolling through, and I noticed this really good video for Sigmatic. They're doing it in a sort of dropship style. So keep in mind that there's no sound. So you need there to be text here. And it's very eye-catching. Look at how quick these shots are. no more than 2 seconds per shot. Transitions really, really quickly, and you've got some very nice, active glamour shots going on. The delicious cream into the coffee, that is awesome. Making it in a pour over, it really, really clean, really nice. In fact, it caught my attention enough to visit the actual detail page. So your first image, not a lot of risks you can take there. You just want to do a full frontal shot. Make sure whatever you're using has an actual like studio with a white background and lights. So if it's just somebody with a DSLR that you found locally or someone online like that, just make sure that they have either the photo editing or the equipment to get you shots like this. So preferably one of the front. You need at least, if you're selling food, and nutrition facts. And then if it justifies it, a shot of the sides and the back as well. Potentially the sides and the back can be in one photo. But here we have what we call cut sheets. So this is image plus text. So the best way to do this is to combine a lifestyle photo. So a photo of the product in use. This is perfect. So you have the product here, and then you have it being used in this French press, this single French press. All of this looks very good. I've had my daily allotment for coffee today, and I really wish that I hadn't because I am really wanting some coffee right now. But you have these beautiful lifestyle shots so it tastes like coffee, not mushrooms. So this is a mushroom infused coffee. They're explaining to you what's going on with the product, but then also showing you these really nice, that's educating and enticing with these good visuals. So this and this are both probably from the same, in fact, you can see the same fingernail polish. So this is from the same shoot, but you don't need them to be all that with the different text. Had I not looked so closely, I would have never known. So you don't need to take a ton of photos. You don't need to do like 30 different set pieces where you're going all over the place. But something like this Four Sigmatic one is pretty good. And then if you scroll down here, you've also got all these photos. Well, a lot of them are repeats. And then these are all just, I would imagine, stock photos. So they just got fair trade coffee, the different ingredients. And that's pretty much it. It wouldn't have taken that long for them to do this shoot. And it looks really, really good. And I'd imagine that it's materialized this good shoot versus one that wasn't as good. That's, this is probably tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars extra that they're making over the course of, however long, many years, due to the nature of this photo shoot. I would venture to guess. That's a total guess. But that's how important getting the photos right. Moving on, let's say you don't have something as sexy. So you're selling fish oil, coffee. It's nice to watch it pour into something. It's all very nice and clean, and it's enticing. People like drinking coffee, but people aren't really like fired up to have fish oil supplements. So here we have the front, same as before, white background, and the back. But then you have this nice like comparison. So here's us, here's them, colorful gray. You have some descriptors here. Here's an open with flip top cap. I think that's a funny differentiating factor, but it's like just the fact that these are all organized. And then here you have it in the hand, sustainably sourced from Alaskan pollock. 19,000 reviews. Not nearly as enticing as the other one, as Four Sigmatic. And I would say to improve it, I would have a shot of like the bottle, up on some like coastal thing like this, or like in Alaska. That would make it perfect. But if you don't have that, something like this, it does a good enough job. So decent cut sheets, clean high def photos in the front, a couple videos. I'll start from the beginning. Some glamour shots. I wish there was more text over, I would do it front and center. And then I would include more different shots, all at the same time of like what's, going on here. There's a guy drinking it, and then there's somebody on a treadmill, and then, do quicker cuts. It just holds attention better. I know I'm talking about photo and video, but if you're gonna hire someone to do photos, get those video assets too. You're gonna save yourself a lot of time if you do it right the first time. You can waste a lot of time with poor photography, so do it right the first time. Don't be afraid to pay someone. Some little bit different here, we have these sunglasses. So the video, good. It's this cross section. I would potentially make it a little bit more enticing. It looks just a little boring to me, a little slow. So I would speed it up. And then you've got like the slideshow. Instead of a slideshow, if you have the means, actually having someone in action is gonna do a lot better for something like this. If we dig in, you've got a bunch of different shots of the sunglasses themselves. Here you have that collage, all the different accessories. So pretty good. Not the best. I would include many more. Like I would have those cut sheets. Instead of it dunked in water, I would have this on someone. People like to see people. So to the degree that you can include people or, a face or hands or something in your photography, really goes a long way. Last one I want to talk about, or actually not quite last one. Here, again, we have this really good. So I like this video a lot. It's got a nice style to it. Things come in and out. I would guess that this hand running over it is stock video. So you can use stock video if you need. I still advocate for getting your own video content. But in this situation, they were able to get away with stock photo. I'm guessing the picking an apple, like none of that has the actual product being used. So they've gotten pretty close without actually being able to shoot a video. And if we look in here, they do a really good job of keeping this aesthetic. So this like kind of washed out peach illustration kind of style to the left. If you have really clean branding, that's one thing I think you can really differentiate on Amazon, is having clean and consistent branding. There are a lot of, nobody brands that have generated a lot of reviews and got to the top. So where you can succeed where they fail is having a good, decent branding. Consumers pick up on the stuff. If you have good branding, it shows that you care enough to make good branding, and it reflects well. So once again, supplement facts, and then just several videos. Despite the fact that they have 4 stars, they were winning for a lot of these search terms and the ad spots. Just goes to show that you can win if you have good enough assets. So how do you go about sourcing these things? So you could do it yourself, but let's say you can't. The 2 main sources that I would advocate for are either a local person. I honestly prefer that. If you can find someone near you to do this video and photo stuff, that's going to be your best bet. It's going to cost you a little bit more upfront, but the main benefit here is that you can actually interact with this person. You can show them these things. You can get all the little details ironed out. The time that you save by having someone you can interact with in person, get this all settled, it's really going to help you out. And you might even, like, if it's just, maybe your friend or neighbor or cousin that has a DSLR camera that's nearby, maybe they're not quite like professional photographer yet, but you could go with them and like hold the photo or hold the product. Like if it's, you can make an event out of it. That could be fun. I did that once with a product I was trying to launch. It was a good time. I had a photographer buddy I went out with, hiked around in the mountains, got a bunch of good photos. I thought they turned out really well. I lost those pictures, so I can't show them to you, and the product doesn't exist on Amazon, so I can't look it up. Just local, I ended up paying like $300-400 and got video from it. And they were able to crop the images. It was a favor, but it's possible to do that. So the local option definitely can work for you. So I went ahead and looked up, I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado. So I went and looked up Fort Collins video services, studio photography specifically is what I looked up. So we have this Fort Collins photo and video production, looking at all the stuff they do. And I see that they've got, a few of clients we've had pleasure of working with. Here's Otterbox. So I just so happen to know that they're a company that has this Amazon presence. So I looked them up. The really nice thumbnail images showing the front and the back of the product in the same image. Love that. And then you've got this video, perfect. So products in motion. This looks a little bit CG, but you have the product in motion. You've got text here. All looks really, really clean, showcasing the product, quick cuts. Everything's branded. Everything's on point, so all with the same typefaces. Great presence. So if you look into the product itself, just quickly for the images, you can see that they've got very nice studio photography, but then they have these cut sheets I was talking about. So all the details I'll point it out. You've got these great lifestyle shots of it in use. You've got some product descriptions of what it does and does not fit, proven multi-layers, and then you have that same video. In the actual enhanced brand content, you have like these very nice edited overlays showcasing the product. Here's somebody using it. So just very, very clean. They even have this interactive element. And then they showcase their coolers and drinkware too. So all very, very nice. Local company. So if I were you, so if you were me in the situation, you're trying to launch a product, I just go ahead and contact them and say, hey, saw that you worked on this OtterBox. I have a fish oil supplement. Get me something as close to this as you possibly can. That's it. That would save you tons of time and they would know exactly what to work with. So keep track of all the things you like, of all the different detail pages that are working for you, and make sure that you have them for whoever you hire. Let's say you want to do it in a more budget way though. You don't quite want to work with like a local studio. That's maybe a little bit too much. Go to Fiverr and just look up like either photo or video editing or product photography. And you can do these same searches in Google too. There are a lot of different companies that will do this. But the best thing you can do, like here, you've got a product, I will shoot product and lifestyle starting at $35. Something really nice here. 3-shot package and extra stop motion, a bunch of different, different vendors. I would reach out to like 4 or 5 of them, ask for the work that they've done, show them the detail pages that you like and say, I want something as close to this as you can get. What would that look like? Vet 5 of them, figure out what price you're going to get. They'll probably ask you to ship the product to them. I would see if you couldn't find one vendor that you like that does all the stuff. So product photography, product videos, photo editing, and video editing to get like those cut shots that you want. I bet you could get all those things done probably for like $250 to $300. That's pretty decent. Once again, advocate going for the more premium options, but you don't need to break the bank to get really good product photos. And if you're on the fence of like, do I actually need to get these things? Yes, you need good product photography to succeed on Amazon. Seriously, get good product photography. I promise you it'll be worth it. There you have it. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about Amazon product photography. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I answer everything. That's a true statement. I will answer any comment or question that you post. If it pertains to Amazon, I won't answer any question. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you like the channel, go ahead and give it a subscribe. If you want to work with us, we're an Amazon agency that handles everything: inventory, customer support, advertising, photos, everything. Reach out to us at sunkenstone.com, link in the bio. You'll meet with our head of strategic partnership. And if your company is the right fit for us, we'll take your sales to the moon. And with that, happy optimizing, everyone.